Veda and Vilnius work hand in hand to get their routine done quickly and neatly. Lithuania had put an end to compulsory military service in 2008, but Russia's intervention in Ukraine spread fear in the Baltics, and today military service is back. Under the same uniform, different backgrounds. Veda is a student, Vilnius a bartender. His father is a native Lithuanian speaker, her father is Polish and her mother Russian. There are less tensions around ethnic minorities in the country than in neighboring Latvia or Estonia. Still, we put the question to Veda. Would it be a problem for her to defend Lithuania against any perceived Russian aggression?
No, it would not be a problem. I would defend my native country. I was born in Lithuania. I grew up and studied here, and now I'm in the army. Lithuania is my home country.
In everyday life, many people stay together in communities, sometimes a bit closed. You have Russian speakers, Polish speakers, Lithuanian speakers. But here in the army, everyone's constantly mingling with each other, and we just feel like we're equal.
We head to the capital, Vilnius, to meet the Minister of Defense. Juozas Olekas was born in Siberia, where the Soviets deported his parents. His services have published a booklet preparing citizens to survive war.
Today, the Russian Federation, should it be perceived as a threat, yes or no?
You know, the aggression in Ukraine, the very aggressive behaviors over the Baltic Sea, the snap exercise around our borders, unwilling and rhetoric that they can use the military forces solving, how they say, the problems around the borders and outside the borders. The NATO and henceforward presence, I think, is a very good initiative to stop Russian aggression.
After reported airspace violations by Russian jets and exercises by Russian soldiers, NATO opened offices in the Baltics, but also Poland, Bulgaria and Romania, staffed with experts in military logistics.
NATO could, if asked by Lithuania, could deploy 5,000 troops in a very short time frame, from 48 to 72 hours.
Those troops would be the spearhead of NATO's 40,000-strong Rapid Reaction Unit, which could be deployed in the event of an attack. This Danish major takes us to a forest where troops train for this worst-case scenario.
Well, our mission has been to train interoperability with our NATO partners so we can work together in groups and fight as one.
While Russia periodically launches massive military maneuvers, deploying as many as 160,000 soldiers, NATO trains on a much smaller scale. 10,000 soldiers took part in its latest exercise in the Baltics. The Lithuanian part of the training is called Iron Wolf.
Behind each tree there's a soldier or tank from Germany, Luxembourg, France, Lithuania, Denmark or the United States. What's going on? Let's ask around.
16 of NATO's 28 members have increased military spending, including Lithuania. Trainings like these aim to get everyone to work together efficiently.
Interoperability, and it's a huge level. And it doesn't make any difficulties to incorporate different countries, each other, and different militaries.
NATO is sending a new multinational force of 4,000 troops to boost the defense of Poland and the Baltics. That's 4 battalions, led by Canada, Germany, Britain, and the United States.
We've transitioned back and forth between offensive and defensive operations for the last 5 days. With that, we've also transitioned to our partners are. So communication with partner nations is definitely the biggest piece that's worked well so far.
Locals fear the 4 battalions won't be enough to stop an attack, but they would be able to slow one down while NATO calls backup.
For us, it's no longer a challenge to transport material and troops over long distances. We can send soldiers by plane, heavy weapons and vehicles by rail, and special equipment by road.
These young Lithuanians completed the Iron Wolf exercise and their military service. Sergei got a certificate for serving faultlessly. He's a native Russian speaker, but when Lithuania reintroduced its 9-month military service, he was on board right away.
I'm happy with my decision. I understood it's up to every man to make a change for the country's destiny. We're not fighting alone, we're thousands, and we can defend Lithuania.
But it's now time for Sergei to say goodbye to his fellow conscripts. It's a long way home. His family lives in the Lithuanian countryside. His father is an engine driver for the National Rail Company, and back in the day he did his own military service as a tank driver for the Soviet Union. What does he think of military service becoming compulsory again?
I thought it was a good thing, everyone should do it. I see that young people don't have work, they don't find their place in society. Sometimes they're spoiled. Young people should do their military service because the army is a good school for life.
The Soviet Union is long gone, and Lithuania joined NATO in 2004. In some families, it's still a sensitive topic that Sergei's father doesn't want to talk about. But Sergei himself is perfectly comfortable with it.
I think it's a positive thing that Lithuania works hand in hand with NATO. I started my military service in the Iron Wolf Battalion. I was very motivated, and so I decided to get a tattoo of Iron Wolf on my chest. It's good that Lithuania is part of NATO.
In fact, Sergei's dream is to join the Lithuanian army permanently and become a professional NATO soldier.